one piece of advice that I'd probably give to the younger kids or whatever that are watching this is, don't take advantage of, the little things, just, just send it. I would just say send it because I mean, it went by so fast for me,
Right.
so it's actually crazy to look back on it. Um, I I still remember the first day that I got on campus. Had a
Yeah.
meeting in the locker room. Everyone just introducing themselves, so it was just a cool
Right.
opportunity. Um, and then just work your tail off. It's
Right.
okay to go to little schools and work your way up. So
Right.
like kind of like what I did. So yeah,
Well, I'm glad to hear that, man. And I'm glad, you obviously had great experiences, at JUCO and then at UNC as well. But I'm glad, those experiences provided you some opportunity and, skills to go ahead into the working world eventually and apply those skills. And I know, NIL, very new to the college sports and college athletic game, but the more it grows and the more I begin to work with athletes and other agents and representatives working with athletes, it's really cool to see that it's almost like an extension of school. It's almost like an internship or just extra skills you're learning. A lot of times you're on a Zoom call with a CEO and you're networking, or you got to learn how to create content or come up with brainstorm ideas on the creative side. And I've seen so many athletes have tons of success even through content creation and just being like an influencer on social media and just using your platform and connecting with fans like never before. And I just think that having the schooling and now the college athletics and being part of a team, an organized D1 team, those in itself bring so many skills to people. Like student athletes get a lot of skill sets that maybe just the typical college student wouldn't get. You guys are constantly in meetings. You have to be organized, study film. I mean, there's tons of aspects that go into being an athlete that really do apply to when you leave college. And you and I were fairly active in NIL when it first started. Obviously, it's very challenging in season to work with brands and coordinate deals, and that's why a lot of times it is easier to have a representative. But what were some of the challenges and some of like the benefits of you just being involved, even if it was just a little bit here and there? What was kind of your overall experience of NIL and just where do you see it going? Do you see it being a good or bad thing for college athletes or college athletics as a whole? And we'd just love to hear your overall experience, working with us, working at NIL, and just being a part of something that's like so new to the not only the sports world but specifically to the college athletic landscape.
yeah, definitely. No, my experience. I mean, with you, man, it's been nothing but great. I was I was scrolling through my Instagram, and you hit me with a DM, and I was just like, yeah, let's take advantage of this opportunity.
Right.
And so I was like, yeah, let's do it. And um, no, like all the opportunities you gave me, man, like with Axe and even with the clothing brand, um, it was just it was a hell of an experience for sure because you know it's actually just like the first year
Right.
that people could start the NIL process and stuff like that. So I definitely think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a good situation for athletes, to take advantage because it's college sports and being in college. That's it's a job, and college athletes should be paid for it.
Right.
Putting your body and your mental health through all that kind of that work. It's just um, it's a lot. It's a lot, and I think it's going to be good. Obviously these bigger time schools they'll have more opportunities
Right.
for sure. But hopefully like these lower D1s and these mid majors, I think there's a lot of opportunity in the upcoming years for college athletes.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I would agree with everything you said. And I think the one issue with it is just the recruiting issue, specifically in college football, but in most sports, it will be an issue in that, you know, somebody may feel that they have better opportunities in NIL, or they were promised certain things, or, you know, they
Mhm.
heard certain things from a collective or a program. So there's, you know, there will be growing pains with this, obviously, because we want it to be a level playing field at the end of the day. Every sports fan, every athlete wants that. So we have to make sure as an industry that that's happening. But obviously, something so new, there's going to be growing pains like that. And I would totally agree with everything you said. And I just think NIL is going to provide so many different avenues for athletes to like actually engage with fans. You know, technology allows us to do that like never before. So I feel like now it's you don't have to necessarily be somebody that has this huge following to work with brands or to be active in NIL. You know, I've talked to many marketing directors or just marketing departments and representatives from companies that, you know, they differ in terms of what strategy they want. You know, company to company, it differs. I've had companies that really want to work with, you know, micro influencers, with people that have, you know, maybe 1,000 to 5 or 6,000 followers on their Instagram. And that's because they feel that those people following that athlete and that audience is super attached to that athlete. They maybe are
Mhm.
hometown friends or family. You know, they met them on campus. They have a relationship that's close to that athlete, and they're a trusted influencer in that person's life. So I think, you know, it does vary, and that's what I do like about NIL is that, you know, the big time athletes, you know, Bryce Young from Alabama, all the way down to anybody with 900 followers, 800 followers that's not even starting, or, you know, anyone can get involved in NIL, which is so cool. And then like it is an incentive to like build your brand a little bit and think business oriented and think business minded, because, you know, you that at the end of the day, you can provide something after sport. It can provide something while you're playing. I guess one other question I have for you for NIL, you know, were there challenges? Did you feel there were challenges in season? And how did you kind of, I know some athletes just don't like to be involved too much in NIL in season, and that's totally fine. And I totally understand that. So I didn't know if you found a way to juggle like a little bit in season, or if you just focused on off season stuff. I know a lot of athletes just have trouble when they first start NIL to have and set expectations for what it's going to be like or what they want to get out of it. So just curious to hear your thoughts on that.
Yeah, no, being in season with, like, the whole NIL process, I feel like it puts some or not some, a lot of pressure on some of these athletes, you know?
Right.
Like, going back to you mentioning, like, Bryce Young, I'm sure he's got a whole bunch of, you know, incentives that he wants to hit, and, or just like anybody with, like, an
Right.
NIL deal, you know? I feel like it can put a lot of pressure on some of these athletes, but, for me, no, I didn't, really think too much about it, you know?
Good.
Um,
Yeah.
I was just, you know, I just put all that stuff aside when I was, you know, playing, and,
Right.
yeah, just, after the game, yeah, obviously that's something to think about, but,
Right.
um, while you're playing now, I didn't think too much of it.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate your time, man, Lincoln. This was a lot of fun for our first episode. You know, I really it wasn't a very difficult decision to ask who I wanted to have on. We've had a really good working relationship, you know, over the last year, and I just thought it was right to have the first, you know, athlete that we signed. And you've, you know, been through NIL since the beginning and the start of X Factor, and it was great to talk to you, man. I'm glad you're getting settled now in Arizona a little bit, and we'll have to definitely keep in touch and enjoy this little downtime a little bit. And you'll have to let me know once you start working how things are going and how you're liking it, man.
Well, definitely, we gotta meet up sometime and,
Absolutely,
hang
man.
out, yeah.
We gotta hit the links or something. You golf, right?
Oh, all the time,
I do.
all
I
the
have not
time.
been out much this summer. I just haven't had the time with work and stuff, but I do miss it. I probably only been out maybe once or twice this summer. And that's always bad for the game. I'm slicing everything and putting three putting and but no,
Mhm.
it's good to get out there with some buddies and just enjoy the outdoors and definitely have to link up, man. I know there's probably certainly some really good courses out by you in Arizona. There's actually some really good courses where I'm from here in Rochester. Believe it or not, it's quite a bit quite a few courses here as well. But one of my buddies recently moved to Arizona, and he was telling me how gorgeous those courses are out there. So you definitely gonna have to let me know how those are.
I will. Yeah. No. Yeah. There's plenty of courses right now. It's too hot.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
too
yeah,
hot
I
to
can
keep
imagine.
the grass in good shape. But when the fall comes, the courses are in top tier shape.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. All right, Lincoln. Well, I appreciate it, man, and best of luck going forward.
Thanks, Garrett.